Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. I got home maybe 30 minutes ago and it took everything in me to get out of my car. I'm kind of tired and yeah, let me try to go ahead and get into everything and see where it leads, okay? So before I forget, I gotta make sure I say this because I tried to do this video earlier and I forgot this, and this was something that was like, wait a minute, so I saw my friend, which is the dude that is basically T-Pain without the locks or the money and all of that. Like they sound the same. I just can't. So anyway, I saw him. He saw me first. Was like, hey, blah, 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 like the normal stuff he normally does when he greets me and he sees me. So I spoke to him. Said what I said, went on by my business. He was like, "Oh, I saw you, but you were just trying to run by." Everybody tried to read me when they saw me Monday, because Monday is my day off, right? And I went up there so that I can go ahead and get the meeting out of the way. He was assigned to work all weekend, even though his last day of the work week officially is on Saturdays. Now, keep in mind, he does not do what I do, and his work schedule is completely different. He's a 12-hour shift person that works back in the new department doing what I have put in for several times and will not get, which is fine. Do what you do. Hopefully, I'll have a new job in the very, very near future. So I'm not going to sweat that. But so, he was kind of throwing out at me, talking about how he saw me and that I was walking by all fast. It's like everybody who said they saw me, but I didn't see them, or it was a situation where it was like way too late and they were way too far away and other stuff was going on for us to be able to have any type of a, you know, back and forth dialogue, or hey, how you doing, or anything real quick. They all tried to say something about what they saw me in. If you go to my community tab, you will see what I had on that particular day. Now, they didn't get to see me in my full glory because I had my coat on and it was zipped up halfway. So they didn't get to see it. It's a crop top. Um, and so, but they saw what I had on. And it's like everybody has x-ray vision pretty much and they can see what I have on. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I went on about my business. So then I saw him later on because I said to myself, you know what? He still ain't said nothing. He still ain't turned on no notifications. He told me he was going to turn them on. I'm going to get him to give me his number, right? Now, keep in mind, this is after I'd already talked to my friend, and she was like, it's kind of looking like he might be about to reconcile with his wife. And I'm just looking like, after what she put, y'all, if I told y'all some of the stuff that this heifer been doing, that like recent stuff that we are just now finding out about that she's done, and I don't even think she's ever cheated. Like, I don't think she's ever went and slept with somebody else or anything like that. It's some of the other stuff she's done. Like, his credit is ruined. Like, she has done the absolute most. And now it's kind of looking like he's really trying to keep his boundaries in check because he's never cheated on her either. So I don't know if he's kind of trying to keep his distance from me, and does he wants to have boundaries in a way where we don't have each other's number, because he knows I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna say something, and then she gonna look in his phone, I guess, or he's not gonna lie to her and be like, "Hey, I'm talking to Blenda, da da da, whatever," right? And then she gonna get upset about it, and then he's gonna have to ultimately cut me off. I don't know if that's the scenario or whatever, but that's what I'm imagining in my mind is going on, because it's looking like he's about to try to reconcile with the wife, and I don't understand for the life of me why he would do that. I understand that people say it's cheaper to keep her, but with the way, if y'all would have saw the way that he became, you would be like, no, you deserve way better. You definitely do not need to be with her. Like, I did not recognize him. I thought that they had him pulling 12 7 days a week, and he hadn't had no sleep in between because he has kids and he's very active with his kids. That's what I'm thinking. Like, he was toe down. He was bedraggled. Like, but it was because he was going through because of her. So anyway, y'all, I walked up to him again while he was in the middle of a conversation with a lot of people. I was like, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hand me my phone. I did him just like this. I said, here. and all you saw was the phone screen where you could add my number. I was like, you have not turned on your notifications. And all while I'm talking, he was like, I turned on my notifications. Yes, I did. And he's laughing, right? And I feel like it was a nervous laugh, but, and I was just like, I don't care that we're in front of all these people. If we're friends, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say everything I need to say to you. Nothing in this moment is happening that I feel like I need to be ashamed of, or that I need to be like, ooh, let me pull back, because let me be secretive. I don't want nobody to know. Like, no, we're friends. So I don't understand what's wrong with me and you being able to exchange numbers and I am able to talk to you cordially. I'm not coming at you sideways. I'm not trying to get in your pants. You're not trying to get in my pants. You ain't never came at me sideways. I ain't never came at you sideways. I don't understand the problem. So, like, he's like, I guess it's a nervous laugh. I don't know. But he was just like, look, look, look. And so he pulled out his phone, ignoring the fact that I have my phone in his face, like, here you go. Put your number in there. Just go ahead and do it, because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You said you was going to do this, that, and the other. He was like, no, no, no. Look, look, look. No, see? And he went straight to Instagram and pulled up the message part. And he was like, I just haven't watched everything yet. And I'm looking like, I posted so much stuff. There's no way you're just going to be able to sit there and get through it, because you told me to send the stuff and that you would look, but you don't put your notifications on to know that I sent anything. And I'm not going to overload you if you're not that type of person. But at the same time, there have been times that I've wanted to talk to him about important things and to encourage him and to get stuff to him, like with the Father's Day, the early Father's Day stuff. And it was just a coincidence that I saw him in the hall. It's like, I shouldn't have to go through so many channels just to get to you, to say hey, bye, or anything to you. But I feel like he acting like this now because he's finna get back with the wife. And I'm just like, I can't help him. I'm not supporting his marriage, because my thing is, I've seen so many of my friends be in beyond broken relationships that it broke them, and they feel like being broken is normal. I don't want that for him. He is too much of a positive person, and like, he do so much for, like, y'all, this man is down and out. He ain't got no car no more. He had vehicles before he ever started working. Now, I'm to my nice vehicles. People have walked up to him and was like, you want to sell that? Like, up to my nice vehicles. He has posted them on social media. They are very nice vehicles. He's driven them up there. I've seen them. He had to sell them. He had to sell them, because that's how very I am done with my wife he was in that moment. I'm about to do what I need to do, pool my money together with all my assets, sell everything that I have that I actually own, so that I can have money to survive on my own, do what I need to do. Like, he does not have his own vehicle right now. He is borrowing his mother's vehicle because he sold his vehicles because of all the stuff he had going on with the wife. But right now, he lives downstairs, she lives upstairs. They're still in the same house. Typically, he'll come home, he'll play his video game where he is, and he'll go out and train his dog, and that's pretty much it. He said they still have not been having sex and all this other stuff. That might have changed over the course of the last week or so. I have no idea, but I'm just like, I want better for him, but I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. So I'm gonna keep my distance when it comes to that. But you know, if it ever comes to my mind and in my heart to say something to him, I will. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna stay out of it. Moving right along. So today I traded with somebody because I need to be able to keep the peace and I don't want to be the breaker. And so y'all excuse it, that's my food. And I ended up having an amazing day again. Well, we had steak dinner today or whatever because of them rewarding us for things that we've done, and I don't be wanting most of the food that they have up in there. So I gave my food to the person that I was partnered up with today. The other person I normally give it to wasn't there today. So anyway, I had to go yesterday. Y'all know I told y'all I was upset because I was supposed to meet up with somebody so that we can discuss my occurrences to see if they would take them off or do whatever, because my supervisor felt as though I needed to fight to get them taken off and that I didn't need them on there because it was literally a minute late. And I was like, I really don't even care. Like, I don't. Well, the person that I needed to see yesterday that didn't say nothing until pretty much 45 minutes to an hour after the fact was there. And he was one of the people who was helping serve food to us or whatever and all this other stuff. And so they had gotten the people who create our schedules for us involved, and she knew I should be coming up the floor at a certain time and all this. And so she was waiting, and she saw me. She was like, Blenda, do you know about the person that does the occurrences and all this other stuff? And I told her the situation. She was like, yes, that person is up front and they're looking for you and they want to try to pull you. And they asked me, would it be possible for them to see me before work is over? And since she was still under the impression that I was still the breaker, she was like, yeah, she the breaker. She can move as freely as she needs to move, especially at the end of the day. It's just a matter of whatever time y'all set for it. And I was like, well, actually, I'm not the breaker. I switched with somebody to keep the peace, and I don't want to be the breaker anyway. And so she's fed up with that. And I had already tried to tell her that no matter what you do, it's going to be an issue. Like, it's a mess. And so the guy, she went and got him. Well, one of the other people saw me. One of the other people who interviewed me for the piece of a job, she saw me. She was like, hey, Blenda, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Did you need help with something? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for this person or whatever. And so she was like, oh, well, let me go grab him. He's over here helping serve and blah, blah, blah. He came over there, introduced himself to me because obviously he didn't know who I was. Like I told y'all, they stay hiring people for up front and, stuff like that. And I'm just like, y'all don't need no more bodies up there. Y'all need to stop hiring these people because all they do is create crap that does not make sense, that they want us to adhere to just so they can say they did something. And I'm just like, y'all, and then they get praised for it. They get praised for stuff that don't work. And I just be like, child, I cannot wait to get away from y'all. It's the delusional sense of entitlement and everything else for me. I can't. So anyway, so he introduced himself to me and was like, well, I wanted to see if I could set up a time with you and pull you maybe around 6:30 or whatever. And I was like, well, I normally go later on my last break. My partner's going to be on break at that time, whatever, right? And so he was like, well, I don't want to disturb your lunch break because I was on my lunch break then. And he was like, no, I told him, I was like, I'd rather go and get it out of the way now. Went to his office. He apologized because he said some interview he was doing ran over and he was asking around and he was like, I got a text message and I was told that the person I was supposed to meet with was there and had anybody seen me, and everybody was like, yeah, she was standing outside your office. And I'm like, I mean, you the one reached out to me. You initiated contact out of nowhere, never said what your name was, and you said you wanted to meet with me about my occurrences. I found out who you were the day of, like I told you I would find you, and I stood outside your office. I looked right at your lunch bag and all that stuff, like I knew you were there, but you never showed up. Everybody named Mama passed by, including HR. He even looked at me like, good morning, Blenda, how you doing? And I'm like, I said to myself, shoot, you could have asked if you wanted to, because he seemed curious as to why I was even standing out there. So anyway, we got down to business. He wanted to know why the situation happened. He didn't even know what was going on. And I'm like, it's clearly written out what happened because y'all want us to write this stuff out. He was under the impression that I didn't come to work. I was like, no, I was at work in the parking lot when it was time to clock in. And I would have still would have been within the time frame. The problem was I was in excruciating pain. I straight up told him my menstrual cycle was on. I'm eating terribly. There are some personal things going on, and I'm eating my feelings. Therefore, my menstrual cycle is thrown all the way off in a way where I cannot deal with the pain. It's a lot. And it was so bad to the point where I was sitting there contemplating if I should call out from the car, even though the call out would have been late. So he was acting like he was understanding whatever. Long story short, he was like, okay, cool. And I mean, within the story, I told him straight up, like, I have gotten to a point where I get to work late as I possibly can to avoid certain people because they will not be let go. The people that need to be let go and that I should have never known of their existence are the ones who are still on payroll here. So then he wanted to know who I was talking about, if I didn't mind saying their name and all this other stuff. And he said, oh, well, I don't know who that person is and all this other stuff. And I, explained the situation and whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. I said everything need to be said. And I just get tired of the conversation essentially still coming back around. The conversation always circles back at some point in time where I have to bring her up. And it's annoying because it's like this heifer hates me for something that has nothing to do with me. But Heifer, what you don't know is that man could have lost his job the very first day he ever said hello to me. Because as I've already told y'all before, for those of y'all who've been around a while, y'all remember, or if you don't remember, let me refresh your memory. For those of y'all who are new, let me tell y'all what happened. To make a long story short, as far as that is concerned, I never saw him a day in my life. The married man that she's sleeping with, never saw him a day in my life. But he works there. He works somewhere else that ain't got nothing to do with me. As far as what I am doing, he never will work directly next to me, with me, none of that. Even though my current department is his current department because of what he does. But again, at some point in time, I'll be able to tell y'all be like, oh, okay. But yeah, we don't work together. We don't do the same job. This man walked up on me. Keep in mind, it's still considered COVID. We were all wearing masks, all this stuff, right? This was 3 years ago. And I had just gotten there. I don't even think I know I hadn't even been there a whole month yet. This man walked up behind me. Somebody was coming out of a door. I was about to go into the same door. And so at the time, they didn't have it where we could just wave our hand in front of something and let the door open so we didn't have to touch it. So I had opened the door for them to let them out. I don't even know where he came from, y'all. I have gotten to a point that because of what was going on with my ex made it aware that I was never aware that there were people behind me whenever I would enter into a door, and I might close a door on them or something like that. And I really don't be paying attention. I just be trying to hurry up and keep up with him and going on about my business. So I have gotten to the point where I look around me, just to be, aware of my surroundings anyway, and to make sure nobody's behind me. Kept looking behind me. This man appeared from out of nowhere. I don't even know how, because he was not there. When I got to the door, he wasn't there. All of a sudden, when the person is coming through the door, he is behind me. This is me. Okay? This is him. This is my booty. This is his midsection on my booty. This wasn't a graze. This was deliberate. And it took everything in me to keep my composure, because I was like, wait a minute. And it was him, and I turned around, and then he gonna try to play it off and introduced himself to me and all this other stuff and told me where I worked. I'm looking at him like, how you know what department I work in? I was so confused. He knew my job title, everything. I was like, what? So he already was looking up information on me, trying to find out who I was, studying me because he was interested. What that got to do with me, though? I'm trying to understand what that got to do with me. To this day, I still don't want nothing to do with him. So anyway, I explained that situation to him. Oh, I said all that to say, had I actually told HR, if I had gone to HR that day, he wouldn't have a job. He wouldn't have a job. Because why is your midsection on my buttocks? I don't know you. I'm just saying. You would have really been taking care of him then. He would have had to scramble to find somewhere else and hope he was going to get something after finding out the reason why you got fired was because you was up on somebody who didn't want the attention, that didn't want that touch. Why were you up on me? And I got to stop doing this, because I don't even know why I didn't go and tell somebody when that happened. I don't even know what it was about. I don't even know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because my inner being or whatever, my intuition knew that nothing was going to happen. Like, the people they need to fire, they don't. The people that they fire, they don't need to fire in most situations. Like, it's just stupid. So anyway, y'all, but yeah, that came up again, and I just be so sick and tired of it, child. I'd be so tired. They had it where I was going to have to do the most hated task, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I waited for my partner to get back, and he had to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not even supposed to be over here. I'm supposed to be in the new department. When my friend gets back tomorrow, I'm going to get her to switch it, so I'm over in the new department for the rest of the week. I'm already supposed to be over there tomorrow, and I'm going to have her change it so I'm there for the rest of the week. Now I have to wait to see what's going to happen, because for right now, they only have the drafted schedules from today up until Sunday. Right now, my name is not on there for anything, but they usually try me on a Monday. So that's why I would love for them to hurry and put that up there, because hopefully I'll be off. So the last few things I'm going to say before I go are these things. I told y'all we had a steak dinner or whatever today, right? So before they were gonna start serving the steak, with 3 hours before, I only noticed because I went on my first break and that's when I saw him. 3 hours before they started serving the dinner or whatever, as they want to call it, dinner. um, I crossed paths with the guy that I told y'all is from the same, that essentially, it basically is from the same state as the not so divorced married man, right? And so he saw me. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine. How you doing?" I'm thinking that's gonna be it. So he was like, "Hey, so you need to save some of that steak sauce and let me lick and suck it off of you." And was dead serious, and the look on his face, I just can't. Like, he gotta stop. He gotta stop it at some point because he right up my alley. He's just so nasty, and I'm here for it. And I'm just like, ooh, y'all, I'm trying to. I'm trying to be retired. I'm trying to stay retired. And then my little yeah with the yeah talking to me. And he told me, "So when the next time you gonna be off?" And then I was like, "I'm not sure." He was like, "Well, I'm gonna be off Sunday." I was like, "I'm retired." He was like, "Nah, you not retired." I was like, "Yes, I am. I'm retired." He was like, "No, I'm taking you out of retirement." Child, he didn't want to hear that. He set up there, sent me a voice message and said that he is gonna be somebody and that I'm gonna be like Michael Jordan, and he was gonna be the one to bring me out of retirement and all these other things. So then he said something about giving me a full body massage, and then he added on later on that there were gonna be some back shots at some point, and I was just like, I can't. That's the thing about him. Like, he's really, really sweet, but eventually the nastiness is gonna come out too, and I'll be here for it. Has to stop at some point. Child, I did tell me why the other dude, his birthday coming up sooner than later, and I'm just like, he is so tempting. I'm trying to be good. I'm really trying to be good. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I have a ridiculous sex drive, and I'm like, why did this decide that it want to be a thing after my relationship was over with? For me. And I understand how science is for most women or whatever that's my age, and I know I haven't even reached my sexual peak, and my sex drive is doing the most. But I'm just saying, I went from not caring about sex to enjoying it to now. Somebody's son or daddy is gonna be in danger. If they ever be anywhere near my level, they're gonna be in danger. It's gonna happen all the time. It's gonna be a lot. So anyway, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of scared that if I ever do something with old boy that's from the same state as the not so divorced married man, that something gonna get out, and he gonna like it, and he gonna be to set it off. Even though he claims that he won't say anything, and that's not the type of person he is. I don't know if I can trust that. A lot of these people just be so excited and be the goddamn entire life that it's like you're gonna want to tell somebody. So I don't want you to slip up and say something, and then I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be some foolishness. So I'm trying to be good. I need some good willpower. Right now I'm okay. I don't know. A period that went off. That boy talking about he off Sunday. I'm just like, oh my gosh, please don't do this. I'm trying to be good, y'all. But anyway, I'm about to go eat. I'm starving. I'm surprised my stomach ain't growling loud right now, but it's probably about to start up. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. I am about to eat and watch some shows and wind down until it's time for me to go to sleep for work. I am thankful that the rest of this week we will be side heifer free because she is a dummy that likes to take off when the married man takes off. It's the stupidity for me. Y'all have an amazing day and take care. Bye.